Good evening and welcome to the newest and, if I might say, one of the most daring of the new talk show. Since you asked. Tonight's show was actually dictated by our audience. There has been an ongoing debate surrounding the current election of the United Federation of Teachers Representatives in New York City. I have to tell you, it has been contentious. Let's see what we can do on silence. You ask. Thank you. I want to bring on my first guest. Her name is Julie Kavanaugh and she represents a New York City Teachers Caucus called MORE. Miss Kavanaugh.
Why, thank you. I am happy to be here to debate Mr. Mulgrew. My name is Julie Kavanaugh and I am running for the leadership of the UFT.
Well, on the other side of the debate, we are honored to have a representative of the Unity Caucus of the UFT. Mr. Mulgrew has unfortunately declined to be here to debate Miss Kavanaugh. Instead, he has sent a worthy representative to speak for the Unity Caucus. Mr. Are you kidding? Mr. Kidding.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I believe the best way to get this started is to ask Miss Kavanaugh why she is looking to unseat the current president.
We in the MORE Caucus believe we are in touch with the union membership and as such feel compelled to ask our leadership why they have been so silent on the disastrous policies that are now in place in our schools. Our current leadership has endorsed one failed policy after another. Shall I list them? Unity has signed on to both the Common Core curriculum and Danielson framework for teachers without putting such important and class-changing elements in place without a membership consideration.
Oh my. Mr. Kidding. How about a response?
No comment, but thank you for asking.
It's really not surprising that you do not get an answer from them. We still cannot get answer as to why they endorsed the race to the top policies and continued to do so despite the trail of school closings left in its wake. We know that RTTT pressures the state to have high-stakes test-based educator evaluations, which results in more testing and less learning for our students. We do not endorse this policy as an educational philosophy nor as a reliable tool to evaluate teachers. It is just beyond any educator's understanding and really flies in the face of all reliable studies on how children learn. We expect our union to be on the offense here. Why can't we come up with a reasonable alternative evaluation system?
Mr. Kidding. A response.
No comment, but you guys are great. You were really fair.
Another important issue is the status and treatment of the teachers in those two existential hellholes called the absent teacher reserve and the rubber room. Between that wasting of talent and the miscarriage of justice taking place in the rubber room, is there any wonder that the union membership is anxious for answers or perhaps for a change?
Mr. Kidding. A response, sir. What about the absent teacher reserve?
No thanks.
Why do you remain silent? You do know this is supposed to be a debate. We were hoping that you would respond to these matters at hand.
No comment.
I have a question.
Oh, be quiet, you fool.
Quiet.
You are not going to take questions from the audience.
Yeah, of course we must be open and transparent.
Bad idea. I won't be part of it.
What? I had a question.
Mr. Kidding, but we always take questions at a debate. What kind of organization would not allow free and open forum to discuss issues that affect everyone? Mr. Kidding. Now is the time to present your case to our audience. There is so much happening on the educational battlefield.
No comment.
Well, I have a comment. I cannot understand how our union has basically relinquished any meaningful input in the national effort to stop the ongoing privatization of education in this country. We are fully engaged in the fight against the corporate takeover of public education, and I emphasize public because in a democratic society, an educated public is the only insurance for good governance. There's no mystery here. The fact that Bill Gates, Eli Broad, and our own Mayor Bloomberg fully support the privatization of public schools. Their money attracts others who find that, yes, indeed, money can be made here, especially if they can control all aspects of their investments.
This is music to my ears.
You really don't understand anything she said. Do you?
Oh, tell him to pipe down.
Mr. Keating, you have been so quiet. This is a big issue not only in New York City but across the country. Surely a forceful statement from the leadership of the notable United Federation of Teachers can make clear your position on this hijacking of public education and the demonization of teachers.
Again, I have no comment, but if I did, I am sure it would be proficient.
Ugh. If I hear that word again. It is also just part of the new evaluation system which is now in the hands of the state. What is our plan to counteract the imposition of this bogus, error-riddled excuse for an intelligent and relevant evaluation of the teachers? There is none. And the repercussions of this decision is going to be drastic, ongoing, and right around the corner.
Make a note. They seem to be concerned about this evaluation thing. You need to find out more on who is in charge of designing this filter.
I already have some information.
I am ready to go. I can see how this is going to take off.
Well, I think we have a few moments left in our show. How about a few questions from the audience?
Question here.
I see a young man out in our audience. Yes, sir.
Do you foresee a mobilization of teachers as we saw in Chicago to protest the closing of so many schools and the disruption of the community fabric? Are the New York City teachers ready for this?
Mr. Keating, I am sure Unity has the pulse of its membership, as did Karen Lewis in Chicago. How about a comment on this?
I hate to sound like a broken record.
We have been in complete support of our brothers and sisters in Chicago and see in Karen Lewis the activist leadership we believe is needed in these times of assault on public education, on teachers, and on the union in general. We must see ourselves as part of the larger picture, yet always stay in the classroom where we know when and how learning takes place.
I think we should get ready to leave. They seem to be getting rowdy.
I mean, really, we need to stop reacting to the onslaught and take the initiative. We need to be out in front of the real reform of public education where money is spent intelligently and for the enrichment of the students. Remember, our working conditions are the children's learning condition.
Oh, I think you are right. It is time to leave. But it was good to hear what these people are thinking and talking about.
Absolutely. But you, sir, need to know how to be mistaken for intelligent. Be quiet.
The ballots are out. It is up to those who have a real stake in this election to vote with all the issues in mind.
Well, there you have it for now. You have Unity, New Action, and you have more. I suspect you have nothing to lose except your job.
Well, I'm going. I still have time to have lunch with the mayor.
That's the most he has said all day.
Good night. Remember, the debate was imagined, but the vote is for real.